Daddy's taking off his belt.
Daddy's taking off his belt.
I didn't know you were my daddy now.
Well, if you don't know, now you know.
Now I know.
Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out I'm daddy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Good Screen. I'm Russell.
I'm daddy.
And I'm joined here with Daddy. No, wait, we need to start over.
No,
this is too silly.
No, please. I'm daddy.
Lauren got the sillies right away. Wow, well.
That Halloween spirit flowing through me.
Just in case we cut this out, I'm just going to say it one more time.
No, please.
I'll leave it in. I'll leave it in.
Okay.
Hi, welcome back to the Good Screen. My name's Russell.
I'm daddy.
Okay. And I'm joined here with Lauren.
Yeah, I guess I go by that too.
And apparently Lauren has the giggles, so today we did not watch a funny movie at all. No,
it was
way.
Not funny at all. It was really good.
You're being really loud.
Sorry, everyone. It was really good. It wasn't funny, though.
It wasn't funny. So, before we start talking about the movie that we watched...
We got a comment.
We got a comment.
We just got a comment. I gotta pull it
up.
I wonder who it's from.
Okay. It is from...
I know who it's from.
I already told you who it's from. We got a comment on our last video, which I don't think has ever happened before.
Like right away. Yeah. Because we only posted it on 2 days ago.
I hate how you can't see... Like, the filter on it on YouTube is... It doesn't show you comments that you responded or liked.
Oh, really?
You had to, like, uncheck that. Anyway. Oh. So we got a comment from viewer Irene2.
Yes. We also know her from the Discord channel.
The Isha Gaming Discord.
Isha Gaming. Also Disky Disc.
So since I've been promoting the podcast on there, we got a couple of people watching.
Yeah.
I found out that Jason Hawkins is someone on there too. I don't know.
Who's Jason Hawkins?
The guy who commented before.
Oh, he's from there too?
Yeah.
Oh.
The guy who commented.
I'm sorry, Jason Hawkins. I forgot who you are.
Yeah. Trying to do one where I don't have to cut too much out, Lauren. Jeez.
Okay. I'll have that be the only part.
All right. Well, Irene2 commented on our Good Screen episode 13, Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Yeah.
She said, I listened to this episode on my drive to work this morning. It's good stuff. This sign, okay sign emoji, and crying laughing face. Lauren, your laugh is cute, lol. It makes me laugh. I'd like to see the hat when you're finished knitting it.
The Bomberman hat.
Also, I did claymation for a class in high school before.
Oh, Irene, do you still have the footage of the claymation
we need to
you
see
did?
That.
I want to see it so bad.
We need to see that on the... anywhere. So I said something like, thank you. Thanks for listening. That's what I say to everybody. I just say thanks. What?
Right, I touched that.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I said thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you, Irene, for listening.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that was probably the best comment we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I mean,
Will's given us a lot of comments, but not like on the videos.
Jason's comment clearing the air with the Minions debacle. Pretty good top tier comment too. I like how
I appreciate
one of our first, or if not the most first, other than Arya saying what a great PCast.
Oh yeah.
Was feedback on our very first episode.
Yeah.
So
we also We reached 10 followers.
We got 10 subscribers on YouTube. And YouTube has told me that they're going to give me a handle for the channel.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a Good Screen Pod like everything else.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah. So, with that all out of the way, Lauren, what have you been enjoying on the good screen?
Nothing much still. Unfortunately,
You're boring.
I'm really fucking boring.
You're so boring.
All I ever watch is like historical sewing videos.
That's something.
And quilting videos. Like I watch a lot of that. You know what? Actually, let me shout out someone I've been watching on YouTube. But give me one second to find them.
I'll give you 1 second. Should I do mine first?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna find them.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say that on the good screen, I've still been I have still been playing The Legend of Heroes, Trails from Zero or Trails to Zero or from Zero. I've still been playing that a little bit. Other than that, don't really have anything to say.
Okay.
Started playing Vampire Survivors today because it was on sale.
Well, it also just came out too.
Yeah.
Like officially.
Well, officially, it's been out since like the winter. It came out over the winter. I remember seeing it. Like a lot of people were streaming it on Twitch. Very fun game, but I gotta say, if I had a Steam Deck, I think I would play that version.
Wow.
Because it's portable. It would be good. It's a good quick game.
Well, it's on Steam, so of course it's gonna be on the Steam Deck.
Not everything on Steam is compatible on the Steam Deck.
Oh, well, isn't that weird?
It is weird, yeah.
It's like a licensing thing, you think?
No, it's a compatibility thing.
Oh.
It's Linux based. You know.
Linux gamers
you know how
rise
that
up.
goes, yeah.
Not really.
Linux gamers rise. But yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah.
Very addictive, and it's a lot like, well, I mean, what are you looking at?
There was
boobies?
Yeah, go back a page.
Oh, I have the Steam page.
You have
open
Steam
on
pulled
my
up.
computer.
It's very distracting.
Whoa!
Soul Worker got some boobies.
Okay.
Please close that. It's very distracting.
You can look at the Vampire Survivor guy. All right. You can look at Dracula himself.
Okay,
so,
great.
Yeah. It's a very fun game. It's a lot like Hollow Cure, if you're a Hololive fan.
Very similar.
But it's
really
like
similar.
that because they copied Vampire Survivors.
They did.
I gotta say, like, this kind of game probably existed before this one, but everyone forgot what. Like, it reminds me of an old Flash game.
I was gonna say it reminds me of Toho, but just like circular instead of straight up and down.
Yeah, sort of.
Kind of.
It reminds me of like it would have been like a Flash game of some sort, like
endless, when Flash still existed.
Endless running around and shooting things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Takes me back. Also related to that, Miniclip shut down like a week or two ago.
Miniclips.
It was a Flash game website.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of good stuff on there. I don't know if it's archived or not, but yeah, stop clicking your pen. Why do you have your pen?
It was in my hand.
You're not writing anything down.
I was before. Like, I wrote a whole page.
You wrote a lot down about this movie. Anyway, Miniclip was a website that you could play games on, and it was popular at my school because it didn't have game in the title.
Oh,
so we could get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we played a lot of Cool Math games because they couldn't
Cool Math
block
games,
that because
yeah,
it was educational.
It had math in the title.
It had math in the title, but we played a lot of like tower defense, bubble tower defense or whatever, balloon tower.
Balloons, yeah. That's on Steam now, the newest one.
Nice.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of reminds me of, like a balloons, like Flash game, like that era. Yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I've been enjoying. I started playing something today, the Costume Quest on the Xbox, but I don't know if I'll talk about that on here.
I think I remember someone. Well, you're already talking about it. I remember
like in depth.
I don't know if it was just I saw it on some sort of presentation recently.
Okay.
Like back when like gaming presentations were going on.
There's a sequel that came out a few years ago.
I feel like I remember somebody playing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, anyways, I found the name of the person on YouTube I've been watching.
All right, go ahead.
Their channel name is V Birchwood Historical Fashion, and basically it's this Sorry, I was looking at my fucking phone. You cannot hear the difference, Russell, I promise you.
I know you can. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, you're just annoying. So basically, it's this woman. I forget what her first name is, because she just goes by V on here, I guess.
Victoria.
Something. But she recreates historical fashion all by hand. And she did one series, she calls it The Berry Dress, and it's an 1860s ensemble. And like late 1800s is like my favorite era of historical fashion. I dresses look.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been watching her and all the things that she's made recently. But I also watch like Bernadette Banner and I mean Rachel Maxey isn't really like historical fashion, but she's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys should look those all people up.
I don't have much to say about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Does she use a sewing machine or does she like sew it?
She does it by hand. Bernadette Banner will use sewing machines when it's historically like relevant or quote unquote accurate, because when sewing machines were invented in late 1800s, well, they were actually invented in like the mid 1800s, but didn't get put into homes or become more available to the late 1800s and like early 1900s, like
the tractor. Now everyone has a tractor.
Sure, Russell, just like the tractor. Everyone got a sewing machine.
There's like tractors for mowing your lawn now. That's what I meant. Like tractors used to be farm equipment, and now everyone has a little tractor.
A little lawnmower.
Basically.
Yeah, I guess. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Hey,
I was still telling my
story. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, she will use sewing machines when it's like historically accommodating. Like if she's making early 1900s fashion, she has a sewing machine from then that works as a treadle machine. You like use your foot.
Oh,
like back
my mom had one like that, or she still does.
It
doesn't work.
Yeah, you like push it back and forth, and so she uses it sometimes. But for older stuff, like she did like a medieval costume out of this like gorgeous red wool a long time ago. It's like one of the things that first got her like active on YouTube, like people watching her, because she was like one of the first to do like quote unquote historical recreation videos on YouTube and got popular from it, at least from what I can tell.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise she does it like all by hand, is what I was saying.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And she uses historically accurate methods too. She won't use modern methods. She'll use whatever they did based on what we can tell. Wow. Yeah.
That sounds really painful.
It's amazing.
So when you sew,
yeah,
when you're sewing by hand, I guess I should say, is it really possible to like poke yourself?
Always.
Well,
yeah, but people would like, you could wear a glove on the one hand or
chainmail,
like, thimbles.
Wait, thimbles are for your hands?
Yeah, where do you think you put them?
In the Monopoly box?
No! Thimbles, you put them on your finger, and they help you, like, not get pricked, but they also help you, like, guide the needle through.
Oh,
you push the
that's
needle
what they're
through
for.
with it, yes.
I thought they were just for, like, putting the needles in. Like, when you're done. Like, put them in. And the thimble in Monopoly was just a small version of, like, basically a cup.
No.
No?
You're misguided.
I'm also a dude. Wait,
it's okay
I know
to
dudes
not know
can
things.
sew. I know dudes can sew.
You just don't know. It's okay.
I just don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I had a play in like the second grade, it was Snow White, and it was actually a very interesting version of the play. It started with like Snow White's mother sewing, and she sewed and she pricked herself, and then it was revealed that what she was sewing got blood all over it. This is my second grade play.
What the hell?
And it was shaped like an apple or something. It was very... Whoever was doing the play...
Was that supposed to be like symbolism?
Yeah. Whoever was doing the play for the second grade at my school...
That sounds like pure chaos. They just wanted to see it because they thought it's funny.
Yeah, and there was like an overlay, like, I was in the play.
Yeah, sure. Who'd you play?
I played a Boy Scout.
A Boy Scout in Snow White?
No, wait, hold on. There was like a narrative over it. They were telling it as like a campfire thing.
Okay.
The real story of Snow White.
Ooh.
And I remember when Snow White ate the apple, she didn't fall back far enough and the curtains went down and her feet were in front. And
Her feet were sticking out?
They had to drag her.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's all I remember from it, really.
My brother did a really funny play also in like 2nd or 3rd grade that we went to go see.
Yeah?
And it was called Nut.
Nut?
It was either Nut or Nuts. And it was about they're all squirrels like trying to find nuts for the winter.
Wow.
And we had it on a recording of it somewhere. Like the school recorded it and handed out copies of it. I don't know whatever happened
You
to
had to
it.
ask your grandparents about that one. They probably have it.
It'd be my mom.
Or your mom.
Probably nowhere to be found.
Related to that, the 1st grade had a play the next year. I think they just like swapped years for grades doing plays or something. And it was about crayons.
Crayons.
And everyone was a crayon. You say crayon or crayons?
I say crayon. Some people say crowns.
Crowns.
I say crayon.
That's a Philadelphia thing. Or southeastern PA.
Yeah. I think that goes up to New York too.
Crowns and water.
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 No, I say crayon and water.
Yeah, I say crayons.
Crayon.
Anyway.
Okay.
They were crayons. And it was all about how they were all getting along together, and then the gray crayon shows up.
No, not the fucking gray crayon.
No. She wasn't bad. She was like, nobody wanted to hang out with her because she was gray.
Oh,
she wasn't a cool color, yeah.
Oh.
There's like a full page spread in the yearbook. Like, we love the gray crayon or something like that.
That's
very
cute.
Very weird. I remember it was a full production.
Wow.
And they loved that.
That's amazing.
I can't imagine kids these days being able to do a play in 2nd or 3rd grade. They just don't seem capable. I don't know.
They're just as hardly capable as you were.
Yeah, I know, but I think I had one line. I don't even remember what I said. I don't know if my mom even has a recording of it in the Snow White play, but I remember it being interesting doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, wow, we really sewing, right? Yeah, you were sewing videos.
Yeah, we should start talking about the movie now.
We should probably start talking about the movie now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the segment got really long.
That's okay. We're allowed to do that.
Okay.
Okay, giggle pants, daddy.
Daddy.
Let's go ahead and talk about or segue into
Trick or treat.
Trigger treat?
Trick or treat.
Trick our treat.
Trick or treat.
All right, I'm just gonna
smell my feet.
I'm cutting it here. All right, hey, we're back, and we're gonna talk about trick or treat.
Stop! That makes it sound like something even worse.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Okay, so this was
an amazing movie.
This movie is fucking up.
Well, this was the first actually R-rated movie we've watched. All the other ones that were quote unquote R were from like 1980, so they don't count. Okay. This one was actually like a modern.
This one was
movie.
Actually scary and not too like other than the kid throwing up.
That was
probably the worst part.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
No, I didn't like that.
So, yeah, this movie is called Trick or Treat. I guess it's my turn to read the synopsis.
Yeah, I was going to say if you're
Let me go ahead and pull that up. Trick or Treat, yeah. So, yeah, I can't believe we actually watched a scary movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good, though.
All right. Interwoven stories demonstrate that some traditions are best not forgotten, as the residents Anna Paquin, Brian Cox, Dylan Baker of a small town face real ghosts and goblins on Halloween. Tales of terror reveal the consequences of extinguishing a jack-o'-lantern before midnight and a grumpy hermit's encounter with a sinister trick-or-treater.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, what did you think about... This came out in 2007.
Yep, I have that written down.
What did you think about Trick or Treat?
I already said. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really interesting. I knew nothing about it going in other than people love the Sam. Little Sam or Sammy. Is it Sam?
It's Sam, yeah.
Yeah.
They never say it, But
No.
it's dropped in the title sequence.
Yeah, and
on one of the
also
comics.
apparently it was originally a comic
Yes.
based on the intro.
Yes.
So I want to try and go find the comics now because that was really cool.
Maybe it wasn't a comic, and that's just what they chose as the motif
Perhaps.
to show that it's different stories.
Yeah.
But it probably was, you know.
Because I can
Hollywood's
imagine, because it was
bankrupt.
4 different stories, and it said, like, on the cover of the one, it was, like, 104. So it's
Yeah.
probably each one's a different comic.
Yeah, and
But,
Hollywood's creatively bankrupt, so
I thought it was really interesting.
I thought
The
it was
way they went
interesting.
about it, too.
Yeah,
It was a very, like, full circle movie, literally.
yeah.
It was so interesting. I really loved the storytelling.
It was so interesting.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about this movie is that it, like what you said about the storytelling, is usually I don't like when a movie or a game or like a book starts with later on in the story. I usually don't like that.
Yeah. This did it a couple times.
I remember like once, and it's around the time frame where this started becoming, I think, a little more popular.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the first time I saw, or it was a game. It was Uncharted 2, when like you're in the beginning and like you're like, how did you get on that train in like the snowy mountains, and how did you get there? And it's like, oh, interesting. But then they did it like the next 2 games, and it was like, okay.
Like how he got there?
Yeah, like how did he get here? Like that's how the next 2 games in the series, I think, opened up.
I mean, that's kind of boring. But
Yeah,
this one,
the first time it was cool.
This one, it was kind of necessary, though, to do that
Yeah.
a couple times.
And it was way more confusing. It wasn't like, here, we're going to show you this really cool
Yeah.
part of the movie first, and then go back and show you how we got there. It was like, we're going to show you kind of like the most boring murder in the movie first.
Yeah, honestly.
But it's actually the last.
Yeah, it's actually the last.
Yeah.
And also, the stories are so interwoven, you have to jump around
Yeah.
to see it all.
And there were little
this all
callbacks
takes place
to
in
it.
the one night. Yeah, there's lots
Yeah.
of little callbacks, and like you see the other characters in the background a lot.
Yes.
And you don't even realize it until later.
When the wolves howled, when the kids were down at the lake.
Mm-hmm, that was the werewolf girls out in the woods.
Yeah.
Killing
and they
the
showed
principal.
that, and they showed that next.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of surprises in this movie.
Yeah.
But again, this is one of those things like Halloween movies, you can only really watch them one time,
Yeah.
and they're not scary again, and
No, but I would watch this again just to see what I missed.
like, yeah, see what you missed. Yeah, this is one that I think breaks that rule.
Yeah. I also want to see the sequel.
There's a sequel.
There's at least one sequel.
Trick or Treat 2, Two Trick, Two Treat?
Two Trick, Two Treat.
Wow. Yeah, so yeah, usually I don't like, I think that's a really boring story method, but really,
really
really works
works.
here, yeah. Nathan Drake didn't show up at all. We should talk about I'm sorry, this is really off topic. But speaking
Yeah.
of Uncharted, those would be perfect games to talk about on here, because they basically are movies.
I thought you were going to say we should go see the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland.
And then we can have an Uncharted month. I mean, there's 4 of them.
Oh, God. I don't want to put 4 Uncharted movies in 1 month.
Games.
Games.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Anyway, so do you have any other observations?
The only main question that I had, because like everything I wrote down was mostly me just like figuring out what was happening.
Okay.
The first thing I wrote down was that I could tell this was officially pre-Marvel because it had the credit intro,
Right.
which I really enjoyed because it also gave you like that comic book glimpse
Mhm.
about everything and little
Yeah.
like, I want to say like teasers, I guess, or like throwbacks to the comic, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So cool.
That was nice.
And then how this place takes... Oh, my brain. This takes place in Ohio.
Ohio, yeah.
Never fucking go to Ohio on Halloween.
I wrote down Ohio sucks.
I wrote down Ohio equals mundane, which equals horrifying.
Wow, yeah. I can guarantee this actually isn't what Ohio's like. Ohio's just really boring.
Well, yeah, but that's the exact kind of place that this would happen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy that all this stuff happens. Like, you're looking at the candle.
Yeah, I'm just
You
making
worried
sure
about
that-
the candle?
I was just making sure the flame is getting too crazy because that wick doesn't really like come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get like, anyway.
A trimmer, like I said.
Not a trimmer, but like a big glass that we could set that in. Then it's safe. We just have it on a plate right now.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
So if you're listening to this after the fact, after our house burnt down, this is where it started, okay? But yeah, so go ahead and keep talking.
The one, I have a lot of observations written down, but the one main question that I had was Rhonda, the little witch girl, who I feel so sorry for. Was she, like, somehow related to the neighbor? Whatever his name was, Mr. Ebenezer or whatever it was. Because at the beginning when they show her, she's in, like, a yard full of jack-o'-lanterns. Like, his yard is in the front.
Yeah.
Like, so is she lived there too? Or do you think that she is also some sort of, like, ghoul?
I think she's some sort of ghoul.
Yeah, me too. Because at the end when she saw Sam, they kind of, like, nodded at each other and kept walking.
Yeah, she's, like, buddies with him.
Yeah.
And that's why she was talking like, oh, this has been a thing before Christianity.
Yeah,
like,
she knows. And she told the one kid,
knows.
like, in pure seriousness, like, hold on to this jack-o'-lantern because it'll keep you safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know more about her. She's the only one whose backstory didn't really get, like, delved into.
Yeah.
I thought she was, like, one of the more interesting characters.
She really was, yeah. I was a little nervous that they were gonna kill her off.
Yeah.
Well, and, like, when she hit her head, I was like, all right. I almost wrote down, like, if they kill the challenged girl or whatever, like, I'm probably just gonna turn the movie off and be like, I don't know if this was really... Because it was labeled as a comedy.
Yeah.
It wasn't really funny, no.
I think it was just comedy because, like, some of it's cringe.
Some of it is kind of
like the early 2000s, like, dating culture that was, like, referenced to. Because, like, there's this one part where it's this, like, group of girls and they're going costume shopping and they're talking about going to a party later, and one of them was like, I can't believe you're, like, a 22-year-old virgin. And she's like, I just want my first time to be special. And so then we come to find out later that all their dates that they brought to this party in the middle of the woods, they're actually killing because they're werewolves.
They're werewolves.
And they shed their skin, but in, like, the most literal way.
Yeah.
Like, the one girl, like, zippers down the other girl's back. Like, she's, like, unzipping a dress and, like, rips her skin off, and they, like, pull it off. It was so cool. But the other thing I wanted to say, too, was I loved all the practical effects in this movie.
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah. Because, like, Sam, you could tell that he was, like, some sort of puppet.
Like a puppet,
the face, yeah. And then even, like, the skin ripping off. Yeah. Especially that one.
With the hand?
That was probably a reference. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. I think there are a lot of movies that have the hand.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking up something on my phone while you were talking.
Okay, what were you looking up?
Couldn't figure it out. I was looking up who did the opening thing, because usually, like, an opening that's, like, cool like that is just one guy.
Yeah. Were you looking up if it was
I was looking up to see if it was Kyle Cooper who did the Spider-Man and, like, Godzilla and...
Yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't figure it out. Mulholland Drive, I think he did too.
We might have to look that up after the fact.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking too when we were watching. Like, I was like, was it the Spider-Man guy? Because this...
Yeah, it reminded me of that.
This feels like the Spider-Man guy. Maybe it says in the actual credits.
So... I kind of derailed there.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm still talking about the movie.
But at first I thought the girls might be succubi.
Yeah.
Which is the plural for succubus.
Succubuses?
Succubuses? But they were werewolves. And they were the same wolves that were howling when Rhonda and all the bullies were down in the gully or whatever looking for the bus.
Yeah. I thought that the guy who was like, knock it off, was gonna live.
Yeah, I thought he would too.
His senses.
Yeah, he came to his senses and he was like, we shouldn't be bullying this poor girl.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for him.
I did feel a little bad for him, but
I also felt bad for the old man.
You felt bad for the old man?
Until it was revealed that he was the bus driver.
Because it seemed like he turned himself around.
Yeah.
Because it was like when Sam was going to kill him, like, he got the candy bar, and I guess that was like an offering or whatever that he took it as.
He was tricked into taking the kids to the quarry.
I guess. Was that a trick? That's a conspiracy.
Someone paid him to do it.
Yeah, because the parents, I'm assuming they were like, I don't know.
They just wanted to get rid of their bad kids.
I don't think they were bad kids.
I don't think they were bad kids either. I think they were
I think they were probably mentally
challenged, yeah. Yes, it's okay to say that.
Okay. I don't...
That is probably the nicest thing to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so...
Because they didn't even want to directly
needs.
say it in there, too.
Special needs, yeah. Special needs is the best thing to say. They're probably special needs kids, and, like...
Because it went on to be, like, the parents didn't want these fucking kids.
Yeah. Everyone in Ohio sucks.
Yeah. If you live in Ohio, suck.
Yeah, and he hated Halloween because he was, like, bribed into doing that, and probably was scarred.
Probably, yeah.
And probably didn't want to do it in the first place.
No.
He was the one who drove him every day.
And I'm also assuming that Candy was probably poisoned.
Oh yeah,
which is why at first I thought that he might be the principal somehow.
Oh yeah.
Because he gave the fat kid poison candy.
The principal was probably the one who bribed him to take the kids away. Although that was a while ago. And the principal wasn't that old.
No, he wasn't that old. He had a young son, but he wasn't that old.
Maybe he was like the principal's dad.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, really, really bizarre. But yeah, I felt bad for him. And then I was like, oh, he got what he got coming to him.
Yeah,
he was the bus driver. And I was like, his story's not over when Sam left. I was like, oh, they're going to do something. And then they did at the end. All the kids
and then
came
Sam
back.
walked across the street to the woman who got killed in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like hers wasn't
back.
the most exciting to see, but it was definitely the most gruesome.
But why did it happen? Oh, just because
she blew out the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
She was like, fuck jack-o'-lanterns and fuck Halloween.
Yeah. She just didn't like it. So I wrote something down about her before we get into real questions.
Yeah.
I thought it was very strange that she just wanted to tear down her decorations in the dark.
Yeah.
Why? People in Ohio are weird.
Yeah, and she even got creeped out by the kid across the street staring at her while he was waiting for a ride.
Yeah, why would you
And then she
that?
still kept going about it. It's like, just go inside, fuck your husband, because he's watching porn upstairs.
Watching the porno.
The nature whatever.
Recording footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very odd. Yeah, I wrote Ohio sucks twice. All right. So, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I have just like a general observation about Sam.
Okay.
Because the only question I really had was about Rhonda, and I already said that.
Right.
But so Sam seems to be like the patron of Halloween, if you will.
The guardian.
He helps protect the ones who like respect the rules. Like that's why I assumed Rhonda may not have been a ghoul, because she was the one who was like believing in all the stuff in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's why he like kind of just like said hi to her and kept walking. He was like, hey, you're cool. Or you know, like they like made eye contact.
And she had a lot of pumpkins too.
She had a lot of jack-o'-lanterns. She wanted to keep the jack-o'-lanterns lit. She was genuinely harassed.
She was.
By bullies. And the bullies got what they fucking deserved.
Yeah.
Even that poor... And then he, like, goes after the people who disrespect Halloween.
Correct. He does.
Yeah, I just really liked that. And I liked how he was, like, a little pumpkin head.
Pumpkin man. I thought that was kind of funny. that threw me off. Like,
I kind of thought he was going to be filled with straw.
Oh, yeah. He looked like a little scarecrow.
Yeah.
No, he has to be the pumpkin man. So, I have some questions for you then. I have a few questions.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the moral of the story? Or is it just like a whatever?
I think it's just a fun story. Kind of like
a fun story?
Yeah, I think it's a fun story, but also like a spooky air of caution.
Like don't do this.
Respect tradition.
Respect your traditions.
Yeah. If there's going to be a moral, it's respect traditions, but otherwise I think it's just a neat story.
Respect the dead.
It also gave me like Goosebumps vibes. In a way.
Adult Goosebumps.
Like adult Goosebumps, yeah. Although, isn't that like what Fear Street is?
I guess.
Is adult Goosebumps?
Yeah.
I want to watch those next year.
Scary.
I think there are like 4 of them.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, watch out, guys. It's 6 p.m.
6 p.m., yeah.
It's almost bedtime.
So the old man, when the old man is being attacked by Sam, he calls 911.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I said this out loud when we were watching the movie. But they put him on a brief hold. Can they do that? I've been fortunate enough to never had to dial 911.
I don't think they'll put you on hold, but there could be a wait to be picked up because you could put in a queue. Like any other call center, you could put in a queue.
I thought that.
And if they're getting a bunch of other calls about the other shit going on.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There's a lot going on, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I just thought, man.
I mean, that's what I assumed. I also, that kind of, like, I'm going to go really off topic here. I had a really bad dream a few months ago.
Oh, no.
About, like, I don't even remember what it was that was going on, but I was calling 911. And, like, it was either kept disconnecting or it, like, kept ringing while whatever scary shit was going on.
Ooh.
And, like, no one ever picked up. Or when they did pick up, I don't remember. I
just
know
heavy.
I couldn't get a hold of 911. And that was the most terrifying part of the dream, I think.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I actually don't have many questions. I'm actually at my last one.
Yeah.
But who did you think at the beginning, like when they were setting up everything, who did you think was going to get murked?
Who did I think was going to get murked?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I say mine first?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the principal was going to kill his son.
Yeah.
Because he was mad at him.
Yeah.
I thought that the sisters were going to die. All of the sisters except for the virgin one.
Oh.
I thought that's why
Either
I was
that
like,
or I thought they were going to sacrifice her because she's a virgin.
True.
Because at one point they talked about like human sacrifice. I thought maybe like the vampire who turned out to be the principal.
Yeah.
Because earlier he told his son that he's going to the parade, but he's going with a date. And his date was actually like harassing women and biting them.
Yeah. Or maybe it was that woman that he
It
went
was
there
also
with.
kind of like alluded to that they were raped.
Yeah, not very cool. Not cool at all. No
cool.
way. So I thought that he was gonna kill his son. I thought that the sisters were gonna die from their dates, or they were gonna meet up or kick a jack-o'-lantern
or like a
monster
monster was gonna be one of the dates or something.
Yeah, or they were gonna kick a jack-o'-lantern and just die. I thought everything was gonna be related to like the pumpkins, but it really wasn't.
But if you look at the trail, it's like a trail of jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were definitely in on it. I thought that at first I was like, just the bratty girl in the group of the kids was gonna die.
Yeah.
Because everyone was kind of
or
like,
if anything, she was gonna be the last one standing.
No, I
and
thought
like learn her lesson.
No, I thought she was gonna go first. Or you know, horror movies probably would be the last one standing. And I thought that that all of them. Am I missing one?
There was also the woman in the yard.
The woman in the yard.
There was also. And then the old man. That's all 4 stories.
Yeah, that's all of them. So what did you think? Pretty much all that.
I didn't really know what to think. Because there was already so many twists going on.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was the principal until you said it.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out who it was.
He looked a little different.
He had like
blood on
makeup
his face.
on his eyes. Yeah. I kind of feel bad for his son, but also I don't.
No, I really don't.
Because he's dead, but
he's
also
twisted.
Like son is fucking insane. I wonder if the next one's gonna have him in it.
Oh.
Yeah, and also at the end, I liked how his son was wearing like his dad's bloody clothes.
I thought for a minute that his son was Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that too for a second, especially
Redhead.
like at the beginning. Well, no, it was mostly because at the beginning, like you could tell it was like a child like looking through the mask and running up to the girl's yard.
Yeah.
And then the neighbor also made the comment of like, keep your kid out of my fucking yard.
Exactly, yeah.
I thought that it was the son, which is probably what they were trying to get you to think.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked.
Maybe it really was the son and he just goes goblin mode.
No.
No?
I don't think that's it.
I don't know. Very bizarre movie. I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of horror movies, so.
It was also heavily alluded to that the principal like killed his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And I was trying to like figure out how many like bodies were in that fucking hole. I wonder if he was going to try to fill up the hole. Yeah, 2 or 3.
So it was probably not his first woman. I mean, why? So why did he go after the fat kid?
Because he was gluttonous.
He was gluttonous?
Yeah.
And he was smashing the pumpkins.
So
he was in on it.
I don't know if he was in on it, but I think it was also just like he was killing kids anyways.
I think he knew because he was also carving pumpkins.
He wasn't carving pumpkins. He was carving into children's fucking skulls.
Well, he also carved a pumpkin. Anyway, he had pumpkins on his porch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was working on carving pumpkins.
He was working on carving the pumpkins, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe... I don't think he's a ghoul, though.
As Billy Ray Cyrus would say...
Oh my god, what?
Much to think about.
When did he ever say that?
He tweeted... It's like a famous tweet.
Oh.
I'm going to change the little picture to his tweet right now. Just to kind of wrap up this little segment, because that's all I have.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so...
I didn't have any questions. I just, wrote down my thoughts as the movie was going on.
Yeah.
To, keep my thoughts together.
And this part was we kind of bounced back and forth to a lot of different parts of the movie.
Yeah, this is one you definitely need to watch the movie before you listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Or at least have a good recollection of it if you have seen it before.
True.
Because it was fucking twisty.
So, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. And I don't really like horror movies. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't super jumpy.
No, it wasn't jumpy. What do you call them?
Jump scares.
No, there's another name for them that you've said before.
Japes.
Japes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there weren't any japes.
Well, there were japes, but...
Well, no jump scares, I don't know. Just a lot of really, genuinely good twists.
Hey!
Was it him?
No. I have some news for you.
Oh, what's that?
Phillies are going to the World Series!
Yes!
Yay! Woohoo!
Okay, guys, we're doing a World Series episode.
Yeah!
Yes!
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Wow, first time since 20... This is big news.
This is big news for us.
Can
you put in, the big news, it sounds like pew, 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 breaking news.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Wow, first time since 2009. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, my gosh. A lot of posts about the Padres saying, I still love this team. Honestly, both of these teams... all right, we're done talking about Trick or Treat.
I guess so, yeah. It was really good.
It was really
Please
good.
Watch it.
We were talking about checking our phones, and I was checking the score, so whenever something was gonna be a jape or a jump scare, I was like,
you were checking the score.
Let's see how the Phillies are doing.
I didn't look at my phone at all.
Oh, I did.
Great.
Because I'm a little pussy.
Little piss boy.
Little piss boy. I'm a little piss boy. And your daddy?
Daddy's gonna take care of his little piss boy.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, so whenever I was like, I don't know. So I think I'm gonna screenshot this tweet and make it the picture because it's really funny it's literally inside baseball.
Let me see it.
That was the manager they fired earlier this season. Okay, anyway.
Is it bad that it's
it's funny.
This is the first year they've gone in a long time? How long has Girardi been their coach?
A few years.
He was only for a few years?
Yeah, he used to be the coach for the Yankees, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Someone who knows more baseball than me is going to be like, well, actually, he was the coach of the Giants or something. Your mom. Wow.
I don't care who he was before.
I don't know, but yeah, so I was looking at the score when I was like, oh no, I'm going to pee my pants. But anyway, yeah, this is great. But yeah, both teams, beginning of the season, you would not have. Nobody would have guessed that would have happened. Both and they both had great seasons. All the drama that went on with Tatis, with his
doping
and stuff.
Yeah.
What was he on, a pain reliever or something like that?
Something like that, like a strong quote unquote pain reliever or something. Joint pain. I don't even remember anymore.
He didn't tell his physician that he has to go to for mandatory drug tests.
And it was something that was on the ban list, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he just genuinely didn't realize or if he was
I don't know, but just all the drama that they had to go through. The trade, they got Juan Soto at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Really good player. He always looks really mad.
Some people just look like that.
But a really good player.
Yeah.
And the Phillies,
fucking Bryce Harper finally pulled
Bryce Harper broke his thumb almost halfway through the season, and then he came back and insane. They were greasing the telephone poles already earlier
in Philly.
Today. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking riots all night.
Yeah. So my screenless shout out this week. This is an easy one.
Yeah, the Phillies.
Would be the Phillies, I guess. Although I guess we do watch them on. That's too easy.
No, that can still be the shout out.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a movie or a game. It's a sport.
Yeah, it is a sport.
It can be good screen, but it's also real world.
I'm gonna ask you, what is your screenless shout out?
My screenless shout out this week, probably my new job.
Yeah, is it fun?
I've really been enjoying my new job. Yeah, I spent like most of my shift yesterday sewing.
That's perfect for you, based off of your good screen thing in the beginning.
Yeah. Next week there's a pet parade going on in the area I'm working at.
Yeah.
And so we were making a bunch of pet bandanas for the dogs that are coming.
That's awesome.
And it was just so much fun. And yeah, and also like the manager of the area I work in, she has like her own quilting side business.
Yeah.
So the quilt that I'm making for my brother right now, it's called a Carpenter Star. Not that anyone's gonna give a fuck.
I think people who watch this, if you keep talking about sewing, they might start giving a fuck.
Okay, well, you guys are gonna care anyways because I'm gonna talk about it all the time. I don't care. But yeah, it's a Carpenter Star. You can put up a picture of it if you want. There's a picture that we took earlier of me holding it up because I finished the top today for the most part. What?
Yeah. Well, you can put it back on the wall. I'll take a picture of it there.
Yeah.
Your office is messy.
Yeah, my office / sewing room is always really messy.
Yeah.
It's just in my nature. We keep it contained though.
Sure. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. What was I
Carpenter Star.
Oh yeah, she has her own quilting side business, and I'm going to have my brother's quilt long arm quilted through her, which is like basically like a huge sewing machine that's really fancy that does all the stitching for you.
Is there a short arm machine?
Yeah, it's called a domestic machine, like my sewing machine.
That's a short arm?
Technically, yeah, because you remember in science class how they would tell you about the microscope, how like the bar on the side is called the arm. You remember that?
Sure.
Well, anyways, that's what it's called. And so, like, a long arm, it's huge. It's this big thing. I can't even begin to explain it. You'll just have to look it up.
It's like a sewing machine, but, like, it goes way across.
Basically,
and then it goes back and forth like a typewriter.
It's like computerized.
Like a typewriter.
I guess so,
well, it's
yeah.
sewing.
But sewing.
And it's a big sheet underneath to hold everything, and it moves it around.
Yeah, it's like canvas underneath it, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, you kind of figured it out. Good job.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy
like,
to imagine.
But, like, there are bigger sewing machines, like the one that I wanted to get, but, like, still haven't got because it's expensive. It's, like, the space between where the needle is and, like, the side is, like, the more space there is, the more, like, quilting type stuff you can do. So, like, my machine, it's only, like, 2 hand widths.
Okay.
But I, just, like, for a representation of how much space there is, like, 8 fingers across.
Across?
Yeah, like this, like how I'm doing right now. Like, I have my fingers together. It's that wide apart with my hands.
You're becoming very Pennsylvanian. You said across.
Leave me alone. And I want a bigger one so that I can do my own fun quilting stuff. Because otherwise I would, like, put fun designs and stuff in there myself, or I would, like, write something with the sewing. That's a thing that you can do.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna have her put a quilt pad on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because I want this quilt to last forever, and that's the best way to do it.
So your screenless shout out is your new job.
Yeah, for the most part.
My screenless shout out is my Xbox turning off.
Yeah.
No, my screenless shout out is man, I really got to start thinking of these.
Yeah.
Happy things. I was doing happy things.
You were doing
going on a walk.
Yeah, it's really good.
That
for
is
you.
my screenless shout out.
I was in a really bad place like 2 weeks ago. I went on a long walk the next day, and it helped me feel a lot better.
Because of your school thing?
I'm not going to talk about it on here.
Okay.
But yes, because it's some stuff that happened at school.
Okay. Yeah, it does make you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I started my day today with a walk. I just got an Apple Watch, so like, I don't know if it's accurate or not, but
I'd say it's pretty accurate.
It tracks your fitness stuff, but
yeah.
and it makes it it's a fun little game. You got to close the rings. So but that is a screen. So it can't be my screen.
You should make little like Sonic rings.
That'd be cool, but Apple will never let anyone modify their.
There are modifications.
Yeah, you can the faces, but not like the actual software. You can't do that.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, going on a walk, it's a good way to clear your mind. It's a good way to start the day, especially if you haven't eaten anything before it, because like a fasted walk is a really good way to like kickstart your metabolism for the day.
Okay.
I think something like I'm not.
I feel like I'd feel like shit.
No, you just you more efficiently eat your breakfast. Like you use it more if you go on a fasted walk or something like that.
Okay, like
it
you
makes
use more
sense.
of that nutrition.
So yeah, because
what if you just get hungrier again right after?
No.
Because a lot of the times after I eat breakfast, like an hour later, I'll still feel hungry.
Okay, well,
which is why sometimes I just don't eat breakfast.
That's your mind playing. You always eat breakfast, but that's your mind playing tricks on you. So yeah, my favorite thing, my screenless shout out this week is just going for a walk. I got last week it was my shoes.
Yeah, there we go.
So hey, it all comes together, right? I'm still wearing the shoes, and they're really comfortable for walking.
Yeah, you go, you sit on the steps, and you tie your shoes like an old man.
Yep, because I don't know why I'm doing that.
Yeah, I think it's funny though.
Yeah, I can just kneel down. Like
imagine one of these days the neighbor's gonna come out with his dog.
Yeah, and like
you're gonna be sitting there tying your shoes. Yeah, that dog's gonna slobber all over you.
It's very strange. Like I did it like twice, and
yeah.
So yeah, everyone just go for a walk. Go for a walk during your break at work.
Yeah, or listen to this on a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in your car.
Or in your car.
Like Irene too did.
I listen to a lot of podcasts in my car, especially on the way to work.
I listen to mostly every podcast I listen to is in my car. Mm-hmm. I can't like listen to them if I'm not driving.
When I sew, I listen to some podcasts. Like I have a few podcasts that I just have like stockpiled.
Yeah.
Like I don't listen to unless I'm sewing, so that I always have more to listen to while I sew.
Right.
And I think I won't be doing many long drives in the spring anymore, so I guess I'm going to start listening to Disky Disc as I sew now instead.
You probably should.
Which is what I started listening to originally. I listened to the first like 7 or 8 episodes, and then I was like, no, I should savor all this for when I need it.
You got to start at episode.
I didn't watch the first 3.
Yeah.
But as I'm told, everyone told me not to watch.
I tried. I really did try the first one. I was like, nah. Sorry. I was like, yeah, they're right. I take their advice. They're right.
But yeah, I'm only a couple episodes in, so I have like 7 months worth of content that I could listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just started season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Another shout out.
Yeah.
I guess. Sure.
That's fine. We're podcast friends.
Congratulations on Disky Disc season 2.
Yay.
Woo.
Oh, also going back to the Curse of the Were-Rabbit, and speaking of Irene, I guess kind of.
Okay.
Russell and I have not been able to stop saying cheese.
Cheese!
Cheese! We were at Costco like the day after we recorded that, and the way our Costco is laid out, there's like all the raw meat, but then there's also like a cheese tray wall right next to it. We both turn around.
We looked for gorgonzola. And
we both said, cheese!
And then we went somewhere for breakfast, and they asked you if you wanted cheese.
And we gave each other a look. Yes. They're like, do you want cheese on that? We threw each other a look, and I was like, yes, please.
Yes, cheese! Well, I think it's time to wrap it up before we just start talking about cheese again.
Yeah.
As always, if you have a question or anything you want to say about this episode, comment on YouTube, which seems to be the most popular thing to do.
Yeah.
Send us an email at goodscreenpod@gmail.com or tweet at us at goodscreenpod on Twitter. We always like to hear comments, and it makes my day when someone comments.
Yeah. Thanks again, Irene, for your comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you enjoy the Trick or Treat franchise, I guess it's kind of a franchise.
Is it a franchise?
People love it.
Okay.
Understandably.
Yeah, I didn't really realize it until you said, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Trick or Treat," and I was like, "Okay, I've
And
never
then we
heard of
walked
this
into
before."
Spirit.
And like, not even just there, like everywhere, I'm seeing like
Sam.
It's getting old enough that it's nostalgic.
It's becoming
now.
cult. Yeah.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want us. Speaking of 2007 movies, let us know if you want us to watch Superbad.
Oh yeah,
We were talking about that
we were
earlier
talking about
today.
that and like Pineapple Express and
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar. Maybe we'll have to do like
Stoner Month.
April.
Yeah.
Stoner Month. Okay, never mind.
All right,
We've already figured it out.
It wouldn't be a good screen podcast if we weren't planning the future at the end.
We already have February planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, February is gonna be Manic Pixie Dream Girl month.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll end it here. Thank you everyone for watching. Before we divulge
Tangent
all
again,
of our,
yeah.
all of our good screen secrets.
Yes.
Next week or on Friday will be Shrek 4, and that'll be a full episode.
Yeah, we're gonna do an actual episode for that because I think I've seen it.
I've not,
but I'm
seen
not
it.
sure. But either way,
Yeah. If you've seen it, you can ask me questions.
I only remember like a minor plot point.
Okay.
I don't think it's minor, but I remember like I don't know.
And then on Monday, we're going to do. Should we just say it?
No.
No?
No.
We're going
We'll
to do.
say it in Shrek 4.
We will.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And then our last Halloween movie is on Monday because it's the last day of October.
It's also Halloween.
And it is also Halloween.
Yes.
So perfect.
Yes.
And then we'll go back to normal. I think the week after that, I really want to go to a movie. We haven't been to a movie theater since Nope.
Yeah.
That was in the summer.
We have not gone to the movies in a long time. Everything
Yes.
we've been watching has been at home. We will go to a movie, I guess. I do have a list of movies ready for November, though.
I want the popcorn guy to squirt the butter in my mouth.
Like it's Saki and Hibachi?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing. Well, at Fox Theater, they have like the pump. You can just put your mouth under there.
It's probably really
Fill
hot.
it up.
It's probably super hot.
It probably is.
Is it even butter? Or is it just like, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. But yeah,
corn syrup flavored like butter.
I'm gearing up for another. We should go see a movie in the theater, even though it's your month.
I'll decide the movie.
Okay.
At least.
Yes, we need to kick off November with
a
movie theater movie.
Okay.
We can go see it before November though.
Okay.
Because it probably will be. But yeah, looking forward to that. I'll post on Instagram, which I just reinstalled on my phone. You can message us on Instagram too, I guess.
Yeah.
This is really out of order.
Yeah.
Today. Anyway, I guess that's a wrap. You know, that's a wrap.
Let's cut it off here.
Yeah, we're about at an hour, so thank you all for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later.